Today we're going to be reviewing some functions, you guys. Some of this may be a review from last year. Some of this should be new. Okay, we are going to be using our calculators today, so make sure everyone's got a calculator on your desk as well. You don't have to log in today, no. Alright, so functions, we're going to do some examples and non-examples. I'm going to draw a line all the way down, so I've got example, I've got a non-example. Yes, sir, we're going to fill this notebook. Alright, and then that last column, that third column, I'm going to say that's where we're going to put the rule, the definition, or the clue. Rule, definition, or clue. All right, so first we're going to talk about functions from a table. Can everyone see? Do I need to zoom in any? I did about 6 lines. I skipped about 6 lines. Alright, so I'm going to have a table with some x values and some y values. I'm going to have -1, 7, 0, 9, 1, 11, 2, 9, 3, 7. Alright, and then my non-example, I'm going to give it time. I'm just going to write them down, that's all. -1, -5, 0, -2, 1, 1, 0, 4, 2, 7. All right. Do you want to borrow this? Oh, yes. There you go. All right, so what do you notice? What's the difference between my example and my non-example? Ooh, one's vertical and one's horizontal. So are all horizontal tables not functions? No. Oh, we have 2 zeros for x values, right? Well, look here at my example. I have 2 9s for y values. Is that okay? The y's can repeat, but the x's can't? All right. All the x's can. So I'm going to make just a note here. Like, this is okay. This is not okay. So my rule, definition, or clue, the x's cannot repeat. Each x value has exactly 1 y value, right? All right, we're going to do this again, but this time with a mapping. All right, so first I'm going to have an example. Here are my x values. Here are my y values. I don't know why I made that circle so much bigger. Sorry. It happens. It's okay. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 for my x values. 7, 8, 9 for my y values. 7, 8, 9. Okay. In my non-example, I'm going to have my x values, my y values. Bless you.
Bless you.
Is it 2, 8 or 2, 9?
Where? 2, 8. 2, 8. In my non-example?
Yes.
Good question. 2, 8. What's wrong? The x's can't repeat. So right here, this 1 has 2 different y values. It goes to 7 and it goes to 8. But here I've got this y value has 2 different x values. Is that okay? So the x's can have more. Sorry, the x's cannot have more than one y value. The y values can have more than one x value. Is that okay? All right. So here, right here, this 1, how this 1's going to 7 and to 8. So again, the x's cannot repeat. All right, so we're going to sketch a couple of graphs. Yes, sir, just a sketch. I need some axes. I have an x-axis, a y-axis. X-axis, a y-axis. All right, so my first graph, I'm going to make it look kind of like a curvy line, right? Curvy. All right. Oh, and in my non-example, it's going to look like this. So what are we going to do? All right, so something about lines, right? Do you remember? On the one, so this here, if I draw a vertical line, right? A vertical line? So this one's okay? What about this one?
No.
They meet, right? So the vertical line test, beautiful. So if I draw vertical lines, I can't pass through twice. See, each time I have only once. This one is okay right here, but what about right here? We messed up. So this is the vertical line test, or VLT. You remember that now? I'm going to write it out. Vertical line test. The VLT, not to be confused with a BLT. I know, right? All right, so we've got our vertical line test. So the vertical line test means if we hold a vertical line, I was using my arm because it's got a nice shadow there. You can use your pencil, right? If you pass your pencil over it, it can only pass once. You can only have 1 point from your graph that touches your pencil or your vertical line, right? All right. Last one. Last representation of a function. What about an equation? What? Why? Not I. All right. All right. Let's see. What if I had, I'm going to change it, Jasmine, so it's not going to be the same equation you've got. I'm going to change it a little, just because I'd like to try something different. What if I had x squared plus y equals 7. Oh, hold on. I'm going to like cure all of your x hate and ills in just a second. No. I'm going to show you a trick. It's not so bad. I'm going to show you a trick. All right. My non-example. X squared plus y squared equals 7.
I hate hearing squared.
What? What about your life? Now. Oh. Let me log in. So, once you know all of the parent functions, you'll know what the equation is by looking at it. Right now, we don't know what these look like by looking at it, do we? No. Scribble, right? You're not sure what they are. So this is what we're going to do. I want you to graph these in your calculator because we know the vertical line test, right? And we know the x's don't repeat rule, right? So we could use our table and our graph from our calculator to tell, is it a function? So this is what we're going to do. Oh, I left my remote. So I want everyone to turn on their calculator, so I want everyone to follow along with me. So I'm going to show you a new trick today. I want you to add a new document. It says, do you want to save? I'm going to say no. And we're going to add a graphs page. Number 1, new document from the home page? No, don't save. Add a graphs page. Add graphs. Add graphs. All right, we haven't done anything. Hold on. So when you add a graphs page, do you see your cursor here at the top? It's just blinking. This says F1, open parentheses, X, close parentheses, right? We're going to talk about what that means in a minute. But I don't have any F's, 1's, or parentheses in either of the equations I just wrote, do I? This is what I want you to do. I want everyone to push delete once. And what happened? Delete is the top right corner. Ooh, we've got a bunch of y's with inequalities. And what's there at the very bottom? Delete. There you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a relation because I want to know what kind of relationship do we have, right? So I want everyone to choose relation. Number 6. Now, do we have any y's or anything in our way? It's completely blank. We can type in anything we want, right?
No, wait.
Do you need help? Type in anything you want. So what I want you to do, I want you to type in that first equation. X squared plus y equals 7. I want you to type in x squared plus y equals 7. No. Just add another page. Add graphs. There you go. Delete. Choose relation. There you go.
Hi, video.
All right. So graph it. What do y'all get? Do you need help?
He's passed the line test.
All right. So enter will graph it. Enter will graph it. Does this pass the vertical line test? Yes, it does, right? Oh, but we don't need a horizontal line test. Not now. That's a real thing. I know you're joking, Cormac. It's a real thing. But we don't use it in Algebra 1. We only use the vertical line test. You'll use horizontal, I think, in Algebra 2. So it does pass the vertical line test, right? Fantastic. So I'm going to go to my notes real quick. So I'm going to go to my notes. I'm going to draw a sketch. So it looks something like this, right? I'm going to write pass the vertical line test. Woohoo! All right. So then I'm going to go back because I want to graph that second one. So there's a couple of ways I can do this. I could add a new page. I could delete everything off of my page. What do y'all want to do? Delete? Do you want to know a shortcut to delete?
Control. Push off.
Push delete 3 times. What happens?
Are you sure you want to delete everything?
Yes, I am. I want a clear page. Whoa. Push delete 3 times. Delete, delete, delete. All right, so I want you now. Now I've got a blank page, but I don't have anywhere to graph. How do I get back to that graphing menu? Tab. And then I'm going to put x squared plus y squared equals 7. I want y'all to graph that relationship. I'm going too fast?
Whoa.
Okay, where are we? Tab?
Where's tab?
Oh, there you go. And now graph that second one. X squared plus y squared equals. Fails. It's a circle. Hey, it's a circle, a function.
It's a basketball. No.
Sure, a basketball's a circle. Well, actually, a basketball's a sphere. It does not pass our vertical line test. No. That again is a sphere.
Circle.
A circle. Like a frisbee, right? So when I graph this one, it does not pass the vertical line test, right? That's okay. That's okay. I won't judge your circle. So my rule, definition, or clue, what I want to put here, you guys, when you encounter an equation, especially if it's not solved for y, I want you to graph the relation. So your clue is graph the relation. Graph the relation. All right. All right, you ready?
Nope. Not good.
No. One more thing I want to talk about. Function notation. Hold on. Function.
Miss, I was in Algebra 1 last semester and I wasn't.
Yeah?
No, I wasn't, Miss, completely.
Function notation.
Oh, not this one.
Yes, this one.
No. Notation.
F. I did like a cursive, like a not a cursive F, like an italicized F. F, open parentheses, X, close parentheses. FX. Well, close. How we say this? We say F of X. F of x. So this is a little different. This is function notation. I'm so glad you brought up the idea of distributing, because here we're not going to actually distribute f, because f is the name of our function. Okay? And how we read this is f open parentheses x close parentheses. Miss Promise? How I read this is f of x. So if it's in parentheses next to the name of our function, you say f of what's in the parentheses. Okay? So for right now, we'll only have an x, but in the near future, I'll be adding things to what's in those parentheses. Okay? All right, hold on. So did y'all notice in your calculator, I'm going to show you real quick. So in your calculator, I'm going to add a graphs page. There we go. We have like F1 X. Did y'all notice that? And last year maybe y'all graphed a few different things. If you go down, there's an F2 of X, F3 of X. Why are they numbered? So they can just say that one more time for me, Mason. Because they're different lines. They're different functions, right? So what we're doing, hold on, Faith. I'm not trying to confuse you. What we're doing is we're numbering them so that I can have more than one equation, right? On the same graph. Sometimes, and we're going to get to that, we're going to graph systems, or maybe you just want multiple equations in one window, all right? Which we will want. So what we can do is we can name them, so your calculator names them, like F1 of X, F2 of X. Yes, that's when we're going to have different, your calculator will graph it in different colors, yes. So that's how they name it, right? But it's really tempting for me if I write the numbers to like have that number part of my equation, right? That would be really easy to forget, like an easy mistake to make, right? So another way we can do this, another way we can name this something different, I can say f of x, g of x. So I named this function g. This is function g of x, function h of x. You can name them different things. J of x, beautiful. I can have j of x, r of x, I love it.
X of X.
M of x,
X of
m of x. Ooh, can we do x of x? We could. I would suggest against it, though. It can be confusing, exactly. It could be confusing, exactly. So if you're using a variable other than x, I would not use that to name your function, because that could be confusing, exactly. All right, hold on. We're going to play our game in just a second. I've got a game for us. No, it's called function, not a function. All right, so function notation, you guys, that's the same thing as saying why. Why? Because it's more fun. So, for example, remember earlier we had our table and we had x and then we had y? I could have x and f of x. F of x replaces that y value. Okay?